everybody, and welcome to the very first Unlaced, where we untie the game of basketball from playing to coaching and everything in between. I'm excited to share with you all my love and passion for the game of basketball. My name is Coach Will, and this is my beautiful, lovely wife, Miss Amber.
Hello.
And so just a quick little background. Growing up, I didn't really attend a lot of basketball games live in person. We used to watch a lot of the Knicks play at my grandma's house. But since I was a baby, since before I can walk and talk, my mom told me I've been dribbling the basketball. So always been around the game.
I actually grew up going to LA Sparks game. We had season tickets. Me, my sister, my mom and my dad, we would go either elementary school or middle school. I don't remember when exactly, but we definitely had season tickets and we would go often. And my parents are Lakers fans, so we always had basketball going on in the house. Yeah.
So the way I got into basketball, my dad would always be watching, ESPN, Sports Center, all this stuff when I was a kid, and I would watch all the highlights with him, and I would sit there and think to myself that, I could do that. I want to do that. I want to be involved. So at 4 years old, I told my dad I wanted to play and I wanted to play and do what these guys are doing.
So was it just the basketball that you were like, oh, I want to do, or was it?
No, it was everything. Sport? Yeah, just watching football highlights, college football highlights, baseball highlights. I was like, I want to do that. And he meant like you in the backyard like we do now, and I was like, no, I mean like with a uniform and referees and a team. And he goes, okay, well, let's see what we can do. So he went and found the only league I was able to play in at 4 years old was a youth soccer league. So I ended up playing in that, and it was a really good time. Me and him, neither one of us knew anything about soccer, but they were looking for volunteer coaches, and my dad ended up coaching from 4 to 6, and he got coach of the year, and I got player of the year. Probably 2 out of those 3.
So y'all started not knowing nothing and got...
Yeah, I mean...
What does that say about the league that y'all was playing in?
I mean, it's a league of 4 to 6 year olds, so I can't really say everyone was an expert superstar at that age.
Yeah.
So I played soccer from 4 to 6, and then at 6 years old, I was old enough to play in a basketball league, and I said, you know what? This will work. I think I like this a lot more than I like soccer. So I stuck with soccer still. I did both soccer and basketball from ages 6 to 8. And then at 8, I eventually cut out soccer.
So what was it that was like, oh no, this ball hoop over kickball?
I feel like I just naturally had better instinct when it came to basketball. Like my mom says I was actually able to dribble before I was able to walk and talk. So I felt like basketball was always just naturally geared. I was geared for basketball. My dad said that I would be a part of every play. I'd either get a rebound or assist or a point on every possession. So I was always getting involved, and I was the hustle guy.
Okay.
Let's talk about my journey into coaching. I actually started coaching at 14 years old. I was a T-ball coach. And I did so because I was in this baseball league in New York called Pelton. And at age 13, you age out of the league. You're too old to play in that league. And
you was already playing in that league.
I joined at an older age. I think I only played 1 or 2 seasons in Pelton. But my younger brothers were still involved after I aged out the program. And so they were looking for volunteer coaches, and I decided to step up, and I wanted to coach my brother Daniel's T-ball team. And I think that was a really fun experience coaching T-ball. I feel like I was a bit of a what's the word I'm looking for? Reserved coach.
Wait, so you were how old coaching how olds?
I was 14 or 15, and I was coaching 7-year-olds.
Oh, okay. They still listen.
They did pretty well
at that age.
They did pretty well.
Okay.
I was lucky enough to get my church sponsored one of the teams. And one of the church members was the coach of the team, and I was assisting my church member, Antoine Cook, and Daniel was on that team. So it was a well-connected program. We had other church members on the team also. And so a funny story. I ended up costing us the championship that year. I did. So
Bad coach.
I know. I being too reserved. So we were hitting the ball really, really well. We were down, I think, like 7-5. And it was the last inning. They played 5 innings in that age group. It's the last inning. We're hitting the ball really well. We're getting single after single after single. And someone hit a really far ball, and what could have been a double. And I was like, we're batting really well. I'm going to hold her off at third base, and I'm going to stop her here.
Wait, who she hit? She was on first, and she went from second to third.
The third.
With that double.
And
the girl that hit went from, or the person that hit
got to second base.
Got to second, okay.
And the parents are telling me to send her home. And I told her, no, we're going to keep her here. She's fast enough. She'll get home on the next at bat. Next batter comes out, and they hit a ground ball.
Oh.
They hit a ground ball, and they're out at first base. And so that was the end of the game because there was 2 outs already. So they were saying I should have sent her home.
Oh, not the end of the game.
Yeah, that's how the game ended. Yeah. So.
And what was the score? Like, did you lose by 1?
It was like by 1. It was. No. It was tied. It was tied. It was tied, and then we had to go into an extra inning.
And you lost.
And we lost in the extra inning.
Dang.
But I'm like, it's 5-6 years old. It's my first time coaching. What do you mean?
Excuses. Excuses. No.
Yeah, no. The parents are really upset. We went to the next season, and I was still getting dirty looks into the next season.
So that was your first year coaching. Just t-ball.
Just t-ball.
And so then next year, you still coaching.
I was still coaching t-ball.
Playing basketball also, or just?
Oh yeah, always playing. Like I would show up early. I would play at the park basketball, and then I would go coach our game, and then I'd go back to playing. That's how our Saturdays were. There's the park right there. Let's see. What was I gonna say? A couple years later, Daniel was probably 8-9 years old at this point, and Pelton started a flag football league. So I ended up helping coach in that league as well. So I didn't have any coaching experience in basketball until probably 2013 when I moved back to California. Yeah. So then we went into flag football. Daniel had a fun time playing that. It was a new experience for me. I never coached football, and flag football was a whole new world for me. I always played tackle.
But you were familiar.
I was familiar with the sport.
Football,
yeah, for sure. I played wide receiver, and I played defensive back, and I hated defense. I'd rather be on offense. But yeah, I played 4 years of tackle football. Let's see. So we moved it back to California, and now Daniel wants to play youth basketball. So, who else to coach but me?
Yeah.
So I'm coaching his team. This time it's my first time experience as a head coach. And I'm coaching, I think they're like 9-10-year-olds at this point.
Okay.
And
is it like a city league? Or
it's a city league. I started coaching city league when we moved out to Ukiah, small little town in the valley. And it was fun. I think we finished 4-4 my first year as a head coach. So it was a good turnout. And then
and so you were how old coaching? How old?
22, 23.
Oh, okay.
Coaching 9-10-year-olds.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
No, it was fun. It was really a good time. I ended up sticking with the city and joining as a referee. It was my first experience as a referee, so that was cool too.
So you started coaching at 14, essentially.
Yeah.
And then you obviously just stick with basketball.
Oh yeah. I mean, once I finally got a taste of coaching basketball, I was like, nothing else compares. T-ball was fun. Flag football was fun, kind of different. I think I had more fun with T-ball than I did with flag football, but nothing compares to coaching basketball, in my opinion. So I definitely know what it's like to be a player and now a coach guiding younger kids. So from my experience, my dad had coached me most of my childhood. I've played for the Blue Devils. I played for the Bulldogs. I played for the Rockets. All these different teams that I've played for growing up, my dad was always coaching me. I remember we had one league on Saturdays. We would go in the mornings and go play on Saturdays, have the rest of Saturday off, go to church on Sunday, and then Sunday afternoons or Sunday evenings I'd be in a whole different league. So it was a really, really fun time for me, really good experience.
So you've really been around being coached to coaching to playing to now back coaching or training
Yeah.
in your own.
Yeah, it kind of came back full circle when I started coaching Daniel. It was like the same kind of experience, just kind of flipped for me. Obviously, Daniel's not my son; he's my brother. But
still coaching a little kid.
Yeah, someone close to you.
Yeah, not for the weak.
No, you got to have a certain level of patience and understanding with these kids, because kids, they get excited. They're happy just be on the court.
Yeah.
I got a ball in my hands. I can do with them. But we had a really good guideline for coaching when it came to those kids. I remember they said we recommend no more than 2 basketballs on the court at a time. And I was like, wow, I didn't even think about that. I'm thinking we got 8 kids on this team. Everyone's going to need a ball. He said no more than 2 basketballs at a time because otherwise it's going to become a huge distraction.
Yeah. So do you still use kind of some of those within your own coaching? Like you just like, oh, I remember 10, 15, 7 years ago we did this. Let me reach back and let me. Well,
I feel like the coaching dynamic has changed so much from youth sports to professional sports in general. It's not the same game that I grew up playing. But there are different elements that I've been able to implement into my coaching experience. Like we did a layup race where players had to make two groups of teams, and they had to make 10 layups as a team. First group to make 10 layups is going to be the winner. I turned it into my tic-tac-toe game. So we're still making layups, but now we have another element tied into it. So, and it kind of takes their focus off the layups. Like they know they have to make the layups, but they're like, I need to make the layup so I can place my beanbag down on the tic-tac-toe board.
So what is Unlaced? Like what does that mean for you?
So Unlaced, I think this would be a really cool idea for us to kind of just kind of talk about basketball in general. I feel like with my Lace Up Academy, I'm kind of tied into specific coaching style, specific strategies, specific what's the word I'm looking for, structure that I had laid out.
Structure,
yeah. So here we can kind of make our own structure. We can kind of just unload and unleash and unlace and we can talk about just kind of other kind of topics and stuff. So I think that this would be cool because I get to show people a different side of me as a coach. I get to go deeper into like my philosophies or my beliefs or my opinions, that sort of thing. I can offer advice to people. I can tell them about my experiences and my background, upbringing, and hopefully I'm able to help someone out who's out there listening.
And maybe even like expanding on something that you taught in class or something that a kid told you.
Yeah.
Just like, what, I got more to say about that, but I only have 5 minutes left of class.
Yeah. Like it's tough because class has a certain time limit to it, the structure with it. And, kids got to have their time to, be kids and have time to waste time for the most part. So, I also get to share some of my own player experiences and coaching experiences. For example, like when I was in high school, one of my favorite memories is when we played against Saunders High School. We were visiting Saunders. We were the away team, and we were up pretty big. I didn't get a whole lot of playing time when I was in high school, senior year.
This was senior year.
Senior year.
Okay.
I was always one of the smallest guys on the court. So we were up pretty big, and Coach looked at his bench and put me and a few other guys who didn't get a lot of playing time in.
You were a bench player or you were a starter?
No, I was a bench player in high school. Yeah, I didn't play a whole lot in high school. And I know. I feel like that's also part of why I ended up starting to Lace Up, to be honest with you. But we'll go into that later. So I remember we were running our offensive set. I was the 2 guard at the time, so I was out on the wing. Let's say we're on offense on this side, so the left wing facing our hoop.
Right.
Left wing.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I get the ball in the corner. They come to hit the down screen. I kind of swing from the corner back up towards the left wing, and I'm looking for my guard to pass to at the top at the center of the 3-point line, and they're not there. I'm looking. I don't see anybody. I failed to look at the shot clock, so I kind of panicked and I threw up this fading 3-point shot. And it was kind of far away, and I don't think anybody expected to go in because it was quiet. But as soon as that ball dropped in, everyone was like, "Whoa, oh wow!"
Wait, so the shot clock was really going down? Or
I don't think
you
it was.
Still had some time.
I'm pretty sure I had some time. I panicked because I was like, this play is taking too long to develop, and I didn't look at the shot clock. So I'm like, I'm gonna throw it up and try to avoid a shot clock violation.
So you had a legit reason to throw up a 3.
Yeah.
Unlike a lot of these kids that just
be throwing up
be throwing stuff.
I gotta say that's one of my biggest pet peeves when I got a kid who's in transition. There's no defenders anywhere near them, and they stop and pull a 3.
Maybe they panicked.
Maybe they panic.
You panicked.
But time and time again, it's the same panic.
Yeah.
So I threw up that 3 in the corner, and I believed it was going in. I had confidence in the shot, but the shot went in, and everybody was like shocked, like whoa, and I was like, okay, all right, get back on defense. We're up big at this point. We run the same play, so we get a stop on defense. We run back on offense. We run the exact same play, but this time instead of waiting for that screen in the corner, I did a little shot fake because I know I made the last shot. So the defense is going. The defense is going to expect me. Yes. So I did my little shot fake. I watched the guy go by. I took one dribble in like I was going to attack the basket, and then I just pulled up on the baseline, nailed the mid-range shot. This was like back-to-back possessions. Next possession down, they come down, they score, they get like a layup or something.
How much time do you think is left in the game?
In the game? Probably about 3 minutes at this time.
Okay.
Probably about
From when you came in?
Yeah, from when I came in.
Okay.
Yeah. So they come down, they get a layup, we go back down, we get a turnover, they come back down, we get a turnover, so we created a steal. And then me and the other guard, first of all, I gotta say, I didn't like half my team. I felt like I got picked on a lot. I was the quiet guy, I was the skinny guy, they felt like I didn't belong on his team. And so when I started making my shots, now all of a sudden they got this belief in me, they got this trust in me.
Yeah. You made a shot. Yeah.
So we go down the court. One of the guards, guy I couldn't stand, named Shamar, he gets the steal. Shamar, I'm trailing. Me and him are leaking out. It's a fast break, me and him, and he passes me the ball. And he was like, "Hey, take another shot, take another 3." I was like, "It's 2 against nobody." And me as a coach, I'm like, "This is a layup situation."
Yeah.
But I was feeling hot. I was feeling confident. I said, "Sure, why not?" I stepped up into a 3, and I nailed it. So that was 3 from the fading 3, the mid-range shot, that's 5, and then the 3-pointer at the end was 8. And then they call a timeout. They're like, all right, this is enough. We need a timeout. I go to my bench. The bench is all like jumping and praising me and stuff. And I was like, let me hear what coach has to say. Because I was the type of player who was like, I want to do what I can to stand out and look good for coach. So let me just go to my bench, hear what coach has to say.
What did he say?
He was just saying, we look good on our offense and continue with our defensive sets. The energy looks good. We're moving the ball well and a good couple of shots. Well, that was pretty much it. At the end of the game, coach, my coach was very laid back. He would rarely give kind of praise. So to me, that was a big deal.
Him actually like acknowledging.
Yeah, good job. Good shots. Yeah. It was simple, subtle, but it made a big deal to me. And then at the end of the game, he came to me and like him and the assistant coach, they came to me and was like, I think everybody scored today except for Elias. I think Elias is the only one who didn't end up scoring today. And I was like, that's a compliment. I'll take it. Yeah, guys, I got tons of stories that I'd like to share with you guys moving forward. We're going to be doing these videos bi-weekly, every other Thursday. I'm Coach Will. This is my wife, Amber. And thank you guys for checking out. Thanks you guys for being unlaced with us.